Hi, Irina, right? Well, thank you so much for coming and agreeing to take this interview with us. Um, I would like to tell everybody what this is about. Irina has had a kid in our school, your daughter, right? How old is she?
Yes, so my daughter is 10 now,
Okay.
and she's in fourth grade.
And when she started coming to MC, how old was she?
She was 8, so she went through third and fourth grade.
Third and fourth grade, so 2 years with us.
Yes.
Well, and how did you hear about the school?
I actually was looking for the math school, but alternated to the one that very famous in Bay Area, because I have my two older kids in different school. So I was looking for something different. With a different approach, with a different style of learning.
What were the important things that you were looking for? What was what?
I don't want to put a pressure on a child. I want her to enjoy math. So because I actually have a master's degree in math and computer science, I want my children to enjoy math because I know how fun it would be for them to learn, and I don't really like the style of teaching where they say no pain, no gain. So you really have to work hard to learn math, but that way you do not enjoy it.
Well, I think you do have to work and maybe hard, but it doesn't have to be painful. It just has to be in a way they do wanna do the work. Well, I am really glad you found us, and tell me what was the experience of your daughter. What is her name?
Her name is Kimberly.
Kimberly. Tell me what was Kimberly's experience in her first year, then later second year. How was it for her in our classes?
I think it would be better to ask her, not
Oh,
me,
I
because
wish
if
she
you
was
want to
here.
her experience, so I
Yes.
can only tell you about what I think about her experience. So I
Correct.
think we were very lucky with the teachers. First year it was you, the next year it was Sasha, and it was really gentle. And again, referring to our family, I have two older kids at different school.
Kimberly. Now my sorry, you have to cut it out. I know who I'm talking about now. My brain is so full of kids. Kimmy,
Kimmy, yes,
blonde,
Kimmy.
blonde girl
Blonde.
that was
She
showing
doesn't-
showing me projects on. Yes, I know who's Kimmy is. The first year I was her teacher.
Yes, first year you were her teacher, and then it was Sasha.
Yes.
And she was sitting right next to me. I was doing some chores, and she was sitting right next to me doing Zoom meetings with the teacher. And it was never like the pressure to learn something. It was more of a fun, and like teacher always allowed her to think about the task or the problem, and not really to push her and to push her to the way how to resolve the problem. And then it didn't feel like they learned that much. Like it was always some fun games, like nothing really serious. And I never really feel like she's learning so much until we went to other school and we get a
She is amazing. I remember her in third grade, right? This was
Yeah,
third
and
or fourth grade. She was a
it was third grade.
very, very strong kid, and
And
very
she
always.
never like spent too much work on the homework. Like it did not occur to me how much you can gain in math knowledge without spending so much time amount
in practice.
of yes.
Um,
Like it's almost never I saw her sitting and doing homework. Like after the lesson it's maybe 10 20 minutes max that she would do something after lesson.
Yes, well, we don't necessarily give a lot of homework to, And your daughter is pretty smart, so that
Thank you.
also helps. But what I think happens in our classes is because we give the kids to work in class and think through 1 or 2 or 3 problems and not too many, they actually just learn how to learn. And then they can take it home and take any problem they haven't seen and apply the same process they've just went through with their friends, if it's them who were modeling it or if it's other kids who did it with them in the group and they watched how somebody discovered something and how we go through a problem and talk about it. So I'm really happy to hear that Kimberly took it all, because all kids, it just takes time for them to really maybe want to take the information and participate and become confident. And as soon as that barrier is broken, and it doesn't matter how fast they think or how fast they problem solve, as soon as they know they can, and you help a little bit with the patience if needed. I think Kimberly never needed help with patience. So, but if kids are sometimes impatient, what we do is give them a little bit at each time, just regularly. And that helps to accomplish more eventually. So I'm really glad to hear. So we did 2 great years, Circle 3, 3rd grade and 4th grade, and then you guys decided to pull out.
Yes, and actually I would like to mention that sometimes her youngest brother was joining her.
Yes,
like he was staying next to her and actually pay some attention. I didn't know like how much he can observe from the 4th grader, because he is like 4 years younger. Mm-hmm. So it's a big
grader.
It's a big no, he's still in TK, so he will go to kindergarten in August, September. But it just seems like it was a magnet for him, like to also join, because it seems like so much fun and they were doing something interesting.
Yes,
so time to time he would come to her and kind of
and watch her class with her and stay there. Yeah, we have that happen quite often. The siblings want to know what is their bigger brother doing, and that's why, because they're at home, so they can, like, you can sit her by yourself next to your cooking, and you can kind of listen in. So that's a little bit of advantage of online class. I would like to know, what are the things that are not just the good things? I would like to get some constructive feedback. What were the things that we should improve, because we are a growing school, and obviously not everything is so pink and perfect.
Yeah, so for the last year, first we have some problems with the site for the homework. Yes, it was on and off, and it kind of seems that they did not have that much homework before, and now they're completely off homework. And also it doesn't help because the school doesn't, like at least our school doesn't give any homework. So it's like a free ride, which I don't really like. Yes. I don't want them to really put a lot of time to work on homework, but at least something like constant homework.
I agree, guilty. We had server problems or some problems with the provider of software that we used to organize our homework and provide it to you guys, and we couldn't solve it for a while. So
it was mainly disappointed.
It is good now, yes.
Okay,
so it is fixed. We figured out how to make the provider answer our questions faster, but we fixed it and it works. So there is now homework regularly, no problem to log in and get it and download it and use it and do it. So
I'm glad to hear this. The next one was during the class, teacher gave them some YouTube kind of
Brain breaks.
tasks. I don't remember the name.
We show small. Sometimes it's up to the teacher. We either have brain break games on slides that we prepare, or we give breaks of 5 minutes when they're tired and can't focus. We have to switch that attention, and we show them educational videos from TED Education. They usually timed 5 minutes exactly or 3 minutes exactly, so it's very good.
It was some cartoonish tasks,
probably
math related.
There are a few that we like and select their content, and
I don't really know the name, and it seems very appropriate, math, logic related. But then during the winter break, my daughter asked me like, "Mom, can we watch the same cartoons that we watched at EMC?" And she find it on YouTube, and they start to watch it with the brother, with the guest kids, and it was not really something that I want them to see. It definitely was a conversation starter, but not the way I want to discuss EMC.
Okay. So, well, there were some. We usually select what content we show in class,
I understand.
but I cannot.
But then
I cannot browse through all what this production is doing and apply. But yes, at least in classes we apply judgment. And
yes, but then kids like want to follow, like to learn more.
please look before to check.
And
Yeah, I think the sources we are using mostly are really, really good about what they show to kids and what questions they ask. But obviously, we can't control everything. And when you are doing it by yourself at home, apply your own judgment too.
the lesson was 55 minutes.
Oh, our lessons are said to be 1 hour, or I think even officially maybe it's something 55 minutes, because we have a window of 5 minutes to re-log into the next class. Usually we go to the back of the hour because we don't want to let the kids go. The kids don't want to go, and we play, and then we get cut off because the next lesson starts. But the organized teachers are actually watching the clock, and on the 55 minutes are saying goodbye to the kids. We'll see you next time. And that probably was just a miscommunication.
Yes, probably it was just misunderstanding on our side, because like at the beginning I was watching my clocks and noticing like, oh, it's 5 minutes earlier.
Yes,
and then it's like,
why are they ending earlier? After all, I understand the homework part is very important and we couldn't have it. But what was the main reason why you left, and where did you go, and what did you notice? How did you decide to come and tell me all these good things afterwards?
Kimberly spent 2 years, and it was all about fun and play, like nothing really serious that I would expect from the school that provides high style education. So I decided to go to the other school that was established a long time ago. My older kids went there. It has tons of homework, like anything like the parents from formal USSR can imagine with mass education. So we went there, and it turns out like this school that's famous through Bay Area has 2 levels of classes. And it turns out that Kimberly knows the math on the level even higher than middle level. So they have like 3 tier levels of
accelerated,
accelerated, advanced, and honors. So initially her placement was accelerated, and we were told that she missed so much, she has to work hard. blah, blah, blah. Then it turns out that it's not her level, really. We moved to another level, and at the advanced level, she was doing pretty much the same. So she knows almost everything of the curriculum. So since school doesn't want to move her, to try her on the next level, I don't know how much she knows from the honors. The only thing I can tell that she knows some things from the honor levels, but it doesn't really.
What grade is it now? Fourth grade.
Fourth
this
grade.
year.
It was for fourth grade.
So she moved from our Circle 4
Yes,
to
Circle 4.
that other school's grade 4.
Yes, and she was at least advanced, because like during the test she scored A minus, and she missed the
And
whole
we don't
year.
prepare you to take tests.
No, there was no tests, no homework for at least 1 hour, and you have to spend time doing homework with your child. You have to bring them for the homework help on campus, like nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing,
we don't
and
have
she
any
did
of that.
A minus on her second lesson at advanced level.
Yeah, and I remember you told me the story that you missed a week, and then
Yes, and then we missed a week because we have a different schedule with math school and our school. So we went out of town, and then she can do homework all by herself. So that means
without
that she,
going to class.
without going to class, without me helping her, without bringing her in campus for homeschool help, that pretty much shows that she knows advanced curriculum, and she missed the whole year. And we were told that
She didn't miss the whole year. She did learn.
Yes, she missed the whole year at this
In
established
going to this
for
school, yes.
yeah.
That's very cool to hear. It's like
It did not even occur to me how much she did learn through the play with no homework. At least for her, it was like 10 minutes, literally, I can tell you.
Yeah.
That she learned so much. And I know, like the other school, it's a lot of pressure on kids. It's long homework, like 1.5 hour, with nothing really that seems to provide that much of knowledge. She achieved pretty good results, I would say. Amazing results, okay.
I understand the need for homework, not just from parents' perspective. Actually, it is education-wise very important to review what you've just learned. And we are a young school, and the way we provide everything online is now fixed. So we do have homework. It's maybe not 1 hour or 2 hours of homework. Depends on the student. Some students are saying it's too much and it takes too long. But and in case of Kimberly, she is smart. She can do 20 minutes, what normally can take a kid to do 1 hour. Also, in case of smart kids, providing homework in repetitive way that has a lot of the same exercises is not needed, and it makes it boring. So what we do with homework, we provide an option to do now more homework if you need to repeat and practice your skill. But in the way our homework is structured, it basically repeats a little bit the concepts that we teach in class every week, and gives a little bit of creative problems that were not seen in class to try and poke around. And when the class starts, usually we ask the kids, have you had any questions about homework? Teachers do see if they've solved some homework, or we see there is a small assessment that's graded, 2-3 problems again on the topic of the current week, and we can see if they've done it successfully or they've had mistakes, and we can review those type of problems that they didn't know how to do. Usually we ask the kids in class, the parents at home, find 1-2 problems that they didn't know how, send the kids, tell them, go to class, ask your teacher next time, this is a problem, we couldn't do it, homework, because we need to create this to get them used to do homework and want to do it and be a little bit of accounted for it. The mechanism I love best is them having a problem they didn't know how to, coming to you for help, and maybe if it's too hard of a problem, you send them back to the teacher so they will have a question to ask at the beginning of the class. It may work, may not work. Not always there is time for doing this at home.
I see some problem with this because some kids are too shy to tell in front of the other kids that they did not understand something. So I don't know, maybe it's...
we try to get to know our kids, make them comfortable, and make them comfortable with the idea they don't have to know anything, and asking questions is okay, and not knowing even I as a teacher a lot of times make mistakes, don't know everything, and ask the kids to help me. So that shyness can start at the beginning when they don't know their classmates, when they don't know the teacher. It goes away throughout the year, it goes away with the years for sure. So shy is not really worrying me, because we get the kids' confidence up throughout our lesson. So maybe first 2 weeks, first half a year they're shy. Afterwards we also will know who's the shy one, and then we will reach out directly without other classmates. So that's solvable. So homework hopefully is solved already for all parents, and there is or kids. There is a communication back and forth, also more regular than was before, between teachers and parents, and about how you see the homework. There's also, I think, the system you can log in as a parent now and see what they've done, what are their percentages of completion of what was the homework. We also give the materials of our lesson available for the parents to see what was in the lesson. So you can browse through the slides that we used to teach if you want to. I think it's more time consuming for the parent. You really want to have something small, right, to see what is assigned. You can see what was done in class. You can always ask your kids. They will
like unless my daughter is okay with the homework, she have fun. I don't really think that I need to see much of the slides that they were showing.
Yeah.
Maybe just topics, maybe few examples. That would be enough. Like for me as a parent with math education, like at least I can see what they're doing. And few
topic
examples,
and a few examples.
yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like
for
how
us
far
to...
we go with this topic, because like even for me, English names for the curriculum will not tell much, because my education was not in the US.
Yes. So that's a good take for me. We are talking about implementing something similar, not every week, but because you guys will be loaded with emails from us, but every quarter or every month, every topic we do summarize what we learned and maybe putting a few examples into it. So another reason why you went to another school is that because they have in-person classes, real kids with real teachers, not online. And I hear that. I miss myself, the in-person interaction, a little bit. But let me hear from your side.
So from my side, I really like that they have to go to the class to meet other kids, to somehow communicate with them, maybe not during the class, but at least they have real persons to talk, like, I don't know, to share handshakes, to discuss something, not online. Because like I learned from the COVID times that a lot of teenager, young kids were kind of damaged like psychologically damaged because of the COVID and the school going online full time.
Yeah, it's not just. I have two teenagers, and they became couch potatoes, or they didn't want to go out and mingle, or they sell. I remember teaching those teenagers, and they would be very self-conscious and shy, and even more close. And I know some kids that have been struggling after, even when COVID was over, to go out and meet real people, and that was a big pain many people went through. I wonder if you think that we are online still with our main classes, but and I'm not sure how fast I can bring in-person instruction full time like we have in parallel to our online instruction. But what we're doing now is we're bringing in-person activities more frequent, and they go in parallel with the main program. So main program goes along with the school material, and then in-person activities like picnics or quests, or now enrichment classes for parents and kids on weekends are going to be more regular, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. I need to see what is the demand. So if the same kids that are geographically here and parents can come out often and meet each other in person, but main program is still going online, do you think this will fix it, or we still need to go fully in person?
I would prefer to go in person for
Fully.
every class, yes, but I can see that there is up and downs with this, because like it's really maybe convenient for the other families, because I don't have to drive her anywhere, so I just home at my own place, and she is learning.
Yes.
But for us, I would prefer to go in person.
Still.
But every family might have own input on this.
Yeah.
And then you might need to open like schools at every location, which is not really
Well, it's not
achievable.
It's not now achievable tomorrow, but eventually we will look at it. I am still thinking keep the main program online and have like a center for homework or mingling that they can always come and see other people and do something in person. But you're saying have the classes in person. I want to bring the kid to the classes in person.
Yes, even
else.
it's more time to planning and driving. For us, I would prefer, yes,
In
to
San
communicate
Jose,
with
there is a
real
good chance
persons.
we will have a live center doing something soon. Don't know what, but there is a good chance. So why our approach actually works? I have many theories. It's not proven in stone, but the main things is our ability to connect with a kid in a way they want to talk back. They feel equal, they feel appreciated, they're not scared, and they don't mind saying something wrong, and they feel respected, and they just feel they like the place. So we choose charismatic people who, yes, know math. For teachers, they don't have to be professional teachers with education. I myself have just high math education. I taught at college, but I never had a degree in psychology or teaching. It's always hands-on. And where did I take my hands-on is in the American schools. When I went to volunteer and teach math at my kids' school, I saw how the American teachers talk to the kids with respect, with interest, how they find ways to ask the kids what they think and not tell them to do things just because I said to do that. So I said so, I know better, I am an adult, this all doesn't work really. It's putting force from above and pushing maybe with your authority, but it shuts down their own creativity and their own individuality, and and ability to feel themselves capable. So when you put responsibility there, when you talk to them as equal people, and you actually also make it fun, you have to go down to their level so they will feel it's interesting and fun. You have to go from what they like to do, ask them how their day is going, what are their best hobbies. You have to make friends. And from that personal interaction, then they will want to look up for me. Then they will want to learn what I know. Then they will think what I think is cool, not because I said so, but because they join in. Emotionally, interest-wise, and that's the not just not to mention that when we teach, we also imply the same theory in how we teach. So I don't tell them the answer directly. I say, what do you think? And it immediately puts them into important place, and they have to try. And then when they try and do it wrong, I say, oh, very cool. This mistake can lead us to maybe let's see why it doesn't work. And again and again, it's a snowball of them not knowing and me asking, okay, think in another way. So they have to create, they have to think. And when they discover it, they say, oh my God, I did it. And not you showed me how. And that's how you create eureka or aha moments for them. So in this way, what is hard is in a lesson to teach 10,000 problems. Even 10 is hard. Sometimes it may be one, but in 10 different ways. And then they will know later, because I'm not automating creativity. I can't. I just have to present opportunities to use their brain, right? I can't just do same problem 10,000 times and they will be creative. I have to give them different ones and have to poke them around. I want Kimi back. So what are you guys thinking? Are you thinking about coming back?
So we will think about Kimberly, but her youngest brother, the youngest of 4 my kids, will definitely go to your school, because I think it's really fun at the young. It's really good at the young age to start learning math through fun and games. Wow. Just to plant the love to math. Like it could be hard and complicated, but it would be down the road. To begin, it should be fun. If kids have fun, they would love it, and then put a lot of hard work towards something they love.
Deal. We will make it hard enough for you, so you can stay and bring Kimi back.
And her brother.
Yes, and her brother. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, really. Thank you. Вот. Ура.
Все.